welcome to Hedgehog Hollow and welcome to a November video. I hope you're enjoying this wonderful series, and today I'm here to officially launch the Nuvo Expanding Mousse. I'm super excited. This mousse is amazing. I've been playing around with it and all the amazing things you can do. It's so very different and it's completely unique to get this bubbly, textured effect to your projects. So I'm going to be showing you a few different ways of how to use it and also some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. So let's get started. So as I mentioned, there are 8 colours in this new expanding mousse. They come in the round pots similar to the embellishment mousse, and they have a grey lid rather than a white one, so you can tell the difference. I did do one of these little swatch charts here, so you can see we have 4 metallics: the gold, the silver, the copper and the white. And we have 4 colours: a green, a blue, a purple and a red. And I didn't expand these ones, but what you'll notice, they're totally opaque. So whether I put it on black cardstock as I did with this sample or on white cardstock, it is opaque. You're not going to see the cardstock colour through it. So it's really going to pop against whatever colour you put on there. And I'm going to show you how to apply it through a stencil. I'm just going to use a palette knife. And then what we're going to do is we're going to heat it, and look at this amazing texture we have in here. Absolutely beautiful. And one thing I'm going to say is you can really do anything with this mousse. You can use it like regular embellishment mousse, so you can apply it with a sponge, you can spritz with it, you can use it with a palette knife, you can use it in any different ways to add embellishment. And then when you heat it, you get all this texture. You can also paint with it, and you'll find you get different results depending on how you heat it and when you heat it. If you heat it when it's dry, it's going to expand a little bit differently to if you heat it when it's wet. When you heat it, you are going to get steam come off of it, so that's one thing to bear in mind. So don't panic when you see the steam rise. It's very difficult to overheat it, and you can add in colours using re-inkers and things like that as well, so you can create custom colours. Also, it has shimmer in it as well. It has mica powder in it, and it's super easy to work with. So you can see here, it looks like the embellishment mousse, nice and creamy. And all I'm going to do is just put some down, and at a 45-degree angle, I'm going to start working over my stencil. I'm working on regular black cardstock, nothing special. And what I like to do is I like to tape my stencil, my cardstock to my stencil. You'll notice I put my masking tape on the back there, so that all I have to do is move this around, and if I want a different angle, I can move the whole thing and I'm not restricted in any way. I'm working on my glass mat because it's really easy to clear up, and I'm just scraping it over, making sure I go over the different areas. And as I say, whether it's like super wet or dry, how thick it is, how thin it is, the thicker it is, the more expansion you're going to get. I also found when I was creating this sample that in different parts of filming, when I heated this and then I went away and I heated the next bit a little bit while later, some of this went back and reacted. And also make sure you angle your heat gun, because you'll get reactions kind of in the sides and things as well, which is really good fun. I had so much fun playing with this, and I'm not really a mixed media artist. I hate getting my fingers messy, but I'm really loving playing with this. I pull it out all the time. I barely ever use up craft supplies because I'm always moving on to the next biggest thing, but I have nearly used up some of these colours with cards. And then all you do is peel it off. How easy was that? And now I'm going to show you the heating process. Now, one other thing I'm going to say to you is you can do this when the stencil is on or when it's off. But all you do is, if you take your palette knife and just tap up and down. And as I say, you may feel more comfortable doing it when your stencil's on there. It doesn't matter which way you do it. The more kind of texture you create, the bigger the difference the heating is going to make. So now, and I like to kind of heat my heat tool and then put it on. And I'm just going to wait. Now, because it's wet, it's going to take longer to heat up than if this was dry, because I've got to get rid of the moisture that's in there. But what it does is it goes slightly dull and it heats up. And now it's going to start bubbling. So I've done this side. I'm kind of just moving my way down. So now this has all bubbled up, and what is amazing, so I've got these snowflakes, they're really tactile. It feels like puffy embossing powder, but it's got even more texture. And I could go back in, I could add another layer, I could add more colors on top and get even more. So I could go back in, I could add my stencil back on top again, and I could take a sponge and add red or green or blue and different tinges. And this was a custom color I made in a Tonic Live the other night. Isn't that amazing? That custom blue color that we made with shimmer powder and the mousse. And here you can see is one where we layered it and then we added purple ink on top. So there's so many different things you can do. This is one where I just took some colors and I popped them down and heated them. Lots and lots of depth and texture. I am in love with this mousse. I think it's absolutely amazing. And I want to show you a really quick and simple, no stamping card that you can make with this here. And one thing I also wanted to mention is it doesn't crack when you move this. So I can do this, it's not going to crack on me. And also it's not going to add lots of bulk in the mail. So like some embellishments add bulk. You're not going to have that issue either. And it doesn't flake off easily. If you get lots and lots of dimension, I did have one piece here, which was here, and it kind of really like flicked up and came back on itself. That bit did come off, but other than that, none of these pieces have come off. And this one was really where I took the spatula and I made really thick mousse through my stencil and I really pounded it. And that's where I got this super, super thick texture. So play around with it and let's mount this up into a card. But I wanted to, now that you've seen this close up and you've seen all that beautiful texture I got in here, I wanted to show you how we're going to make a really quick and simple card. Cards don't have to take forever, and sometimes something like this can just be a beautiful centerpiece. So I have a card base here, and I'm going to just fold this in half, and I really should have scored this, but I didn't. And I took the opportunity of waiting for Greg to come and do this lovely B-roll for us to quickly have a nice nail colour change. And I don't know about you, that always gives me a fresh kind of feeling of like when you go to the hairdressers and you've just had your hair done and you feel lovely and whatnot. And so I'm just going to trim this down. It's 4 inches by 5, sorry, 3 3/4 by 5 is where we should be. 3 3/4 by 5. I'm also going to grab some of the Tonic Silver Screen Glitter. And this one is going to be 5 1/4 by 4 inches. That one's a little bit thin, so let me cut myself a new strip. So we're going to go 4 inches, and we're going to go 5 1/4. That's going to go in between just to add some nice bling to our Christmas card. And these papers and things are perfect for that. And then I'm going to do this one here. It's also going to be a nice 5-inch strip. It's actually 2 1/4 inches wide. So I also cut this Joy to the World, which is a Tonic Christmas die, and I've cut that out of the emerald green mirror cardstock. So I've just gone for really simple elements. There's no stamping at all, and this is going to be a stunning Christmas card. So let's layer all our pieces together. I'm going to use my Tonic Funky Tape to tape these together. So I'm going to put my black on top of my silver. I'm going to open this up. And now I'm going to put my silver onto my card base. And I'm using a piece of Graphics Silver Vellum. So this, I buy a pad of Graphics Vellum on Amazon. And you get silver, gold, white, and I think there's something else in it as well. But what I love about these vellums are that just for something like this, see how that just adds a little bit of frosting, but it just adds that definition to that Joy to the World. If I put that Joy to the World just straight on top, it kind of gets lost. But by adding that over, I still see all of that amazing embellishment mousse, all that detail, but it gives that definition to the Joy to the World. And you don't say have to have it in the center. I think we may actually add it to that bottom third like this. So to add the Joy to the World, I'm going to use my large Nuvo glue pen. And I'm just going to dot my glue pen over. And I'm first of all just going to stick it on the vellum in the center as much as I can. And again, best way to do this is take a second piece of cardstock, put it over the top and give it a really good press. If any glue squidges out, you're not going to get it all over the place and create any dirt on your fingers. It's not going to get all over the place, and it's going to give a more even pressure. So that's how our Joy to the World looks. And then I'm going to add my Nuvo Deluxe, not my Nuvo Deluxe, my Nuvo glue pen. Again, I'm just putting it over that Joy to the World on the back. And then I take my favourite vellum adhesive, which is actually called Plus. Again, another Amazon purchase. I'll link this up for you. And I just put a little bit on either side. And I'm trying to avoid that little bit of adhesive that I have on my glass mat. And I'm going to stick this down on here. And there you go. Super simple, no stamping, but lots and lots of glitz, lots of glamour in there. And I absolutely adore this embellishment mousse, and I just know you're going to as well. Sorry, expanding mousse. I keep calling it embellishment mousse, I think, because I've said embellishment mousse for so many years. So thank you so much for joining me here at Hedgehog Hollow as part of Nuvember. I hope you're enjoying this series. Don't forget to check out at Tonic Studios USA every single day on Facebook and Instagram throughout Nuvember. And don't forget to check out our Tonic Lives Wednesday, 8 PM Eastern on Tonic Studios USA Facebook page. And I will see you again very, very soon. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video and you learned something new and you love this expanding mousse as much as I do. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to get notifications of Nuvember videos and lots more coming your way, and our Christmas gift guide as well. And we'll see you again very soon. Happy stamping. Bye.